The silence at TCO Performance Center is rarely a sign of inactivity, and today, that theory is being put to the test. I have been tracking several major developments that are currently rippling through the Minnesota Vikings organization, from the emotional closure of legendary careers to the high-stakes chess match occurring within the quarterback room and the defensive front. We are looking at a pivotal moment for the franchise as they balance honoring their past while desperately trying to secure their future. Stay tuned, because the landscape in Eagan is shifting rapidly.
J. Ham. This announcement serves as a poignant reminder of the cultural identity that has defined the Vikings over the last decade. For Adam Thielen, the journey from a local Minnesota prospect to a Pro Bowl wide receiver is the stuff of legend, a testament to the work ethic that the Vikings pride themselves on. Watching him work the sidelines and execute routes with surgical precision became a hallmark of the team's aerial attack for years. His chemistry with various quarterbacks, his innate ability to find the soft spot in zone coverage, and his clutch performances in high-pressure games made him a fan favorite who epitomized the team-first mentality. J. Ham has been the unsung hero, a fullback who embraced the grit and physicality of the trenches in an era where his position was becoming a relic. J. Ham was the lead blocker for countless big runs, a reliable target in the flat, and a core member of the special teams unit that kept the team competitive in all three phases of the game. The decision to honor them together is a strategic move by the organization to celebrate the continuity and loyalty that they both provided during their tenure. Analyzing the impact of these two departures, it is clear that the locker room is losing a massive amount of institutional knowledge and leadership. J. Ham demonstrated the value of versatility and selflessness. Their absence will force the coaching staff to identify new leaders who can step into those roles and maintain the standard of excellence that has been set. J. Ham in the building and not be overstated. Fans who have followed the team closely know that these are not just players, they are pillars of the community. As we look ahead, the team will need to bridge the gap left by these departures through a combination of draft capital and free agency acquisitions, but the emotional void will be harder to fill. The joint nature of the press conference underscores the respect the organization has for their contributions and serves as a classy closing chapter to their time in purple and gold. It sets a tone for the remainder of the offseason, emphasizing that while the roster is constantly evolving, the appreciation for those who gave their all remains constant. But that is not the only situation developing right now, as the focus shifts to the future of the signal caller position.
If you're enjoying this deep dive into the latest Vikings news, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more insider updates. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest from the facility.
Jay McCarthy have become the central talking point of the week. Jay McCarthy, as the franchise signal caller, is currently under intense scrutiny. When a team makes a move of this magnitude, it inevitably creates a ripple effect that touches every other player in the room. Jay McCarthy determines that his path to starting is no longer viable within this scheme. Tactically, this shift represents a fundamental change in the team's offensive philosophy. Jay McCarthy. For the front office, this is a matter of maximizing the window of competitiveness. If the staff believes that the current roster configuration is better suited to a veteran presence, they will prioritize that transition regardless of the developmental capital already invested. Analyzing the contract implications, a potential move would likely involve a complex restructuring of assets to ensure the team maintains its salary cap health. Jay McCarthy, this represents a crossroads in his young career. He has shown flashes of potential, but the reality of the NFL is that depth charts are fluid and subject to the immediate needs of the coaching staff. Jay McCarthy to find a landing spot where he can compete for a starting job while also allowing the Vikings to recoup draft assets. The uncertainty surrounding his status is a direct result of the league's cutthroat nature. When an opportunity arises to acquire a player with the pedigree of Kyler Murray, teams rarely hesitate. The fan reaction has been mixed, with many acknowledging the talent jump, but expressing concern over the loss of continuity at the position. Jay McCarthy possesses the arm talent and the mental processing required to succeed at the next level, but he now faces the challenge of proving that in a new environment if a move is made. The coaching staff will need to manage the locker room dynamics carefully during this period of transition to ensure that the team remains unified. As we watch this scenario unfold, it becomes clear that the team is prioritizing immediate impact over long-term development plans, a move that will define the upcoming season's success. Speculation will continue to mount until an official decision is communicated by the front office regarding the final depth chart configuration. This situation is far from settled, and it sits right alongside another defensive conundrum that is currently brewing in the background. The defensive front in Minnesota has become a point of high intrigue as we continue to track the status of Jonathan Greenard. Despite his recent appointment to the NFLPA Executive Committee, which speaks volumes about his character and standing among his peers, rumors regarding his future with the team have not subsided. The analytical perspective here suggests that the team is balancing its financial commitments against the need for defensive production. Jonathan Greenard has been a vital component of the pass rush, providing the kind of relentless effort that allows the secondary to play more aggressively. However, the business of the NFL often dictates that even key contributors are subject to trade discussions if the price is right, or if the team is looking to pivot toward a different defensive identity. When we look at how he fits into the current scheme, it is clear that his versatility is his greatest asset. He can set the edge in base packages and provide interior pressure in sub-packages. Losing that flexibility would be a significant blow to the defensive coordinator's game plan, but it is a sacrifice that might be deemed necessary depending on the team's broader salary cap strategy. The persistency of these trade rumors is fueled by the team's need for flexibility in other areas of the roster. If the organization decides to reallocate funds, Jonathan Greenard represents an asset with high market value. From a historical context, the Vikings have rarely shied away from making difficult roster decisions if they believe it improves the team's overall competitive ceiling. The fan base, while attached to his contributions on the field, is beginning to understand the reality of the situation. Every team is looking for that perfect balance of veteran leadership and cost-effective production, and Jonathan Greenard sits right at the intersection of those two priorities. The coaching staff will be watching his performance and his influence in the locker room closely during this period. If he stays, he will continue to be a cornerstone. If he goes, the team will need an immediate plan to replace his production. This is the kind of high-level management that defines a front office's success. We are keeping a close watch on any updates from the facility as the organization works through these complex decisions. The uncertainty surrounding his role is just one piece of the larger puzzle the team is currently solving as they gear up for the season ahead.
It has been an incredibly busy day covering the transition from the retirement of legends to the high-stakes decisions being made in the quarterback and edge rusher rooms. The Vikings are clearly in a state of flux as they redefine their identity for the upcoming year. It is a period that will require patience from the fan base, but also one that offers a chance for a new era to begin. I want to know what you think about these developments. Should the team prioritize keeping the current roster, or is a fresh start the right path? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.